but
Best to ever play the game.
I think the top one is, I know he left early, but I'd say
Gates. You're talking about Ditka right now?
Yeah, Ditka, okay. I would say 2 or 3. You could put him in front of there. But I'd say the best tight end of all time was actually Kellen Winslow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kellen Winslow Sr.?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He changed the game for tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 tight ends for you, Joey.
I was going to say Kellen Winslow Sr.
Are you going from top to bottom?
Yeah, from... Excuse me 1 second.
That's a lot of white noise I gotta cut out. All right, we'll go to you, Austin.
I had a taste in my mouth. But Austin, go ahead. I have to think about this for a second.
Okay, Austin, go. Top 3 tight ends.
I don't. You guys probably think I'm an idiot, but who the heck is Kellen Winslow?
Leave the podcast. Joey's replacing you.
All right, podcast done, boy.
No. We'll just have Joey replace him in the podcast because.
No, I was the one who had the idea to do this, but
you don't know who. The Chargers.
Oh, that's probably why I don't know who it is.
You probably know his son more, the one that played for the Browns. He played for Miami.
He almost played for the Packers at one point.
Now he's in prison.
He's the guy who got he fell off his motorcycle on camera, and then he went to the hospital and got a staph infection.
Obviously, the best tight end ever played the game is Aaron Hernandez.
But you probably don't know him because he's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I didn't watch football that much.
But you know Mike Ditka.
Because I'm a Bears fan, I know who Mike Ditka is.
Okay.
But I'd also put Rob, Gronkowski.
You put Rob Gronkowski in the top
I would
3.
put him in the top 5.
You're forgetting Tony Gonzalez?
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I'd probably say Tony Gonzalez is my number 1 because I didn't know who Winslow is.
My top 3 would be...
You know what? Yeah, I would put...
I never even said mine.
Okay, go.
Tony Gonzalez, probably Mike Ditka, and Jason
Lynn. Sure.
955 receptions, 11,841 yards, and 116 touchdowns. Is in the top 3 tight end.
Brandon's the only one who does the research for the podcast, by the way. My top 3 are going to be...
Yes. You're going to call that...
Antonio Gates had a mediocre career, let's be honest.
Leave right now.
116 touchdowns. That's ranks, I think, 2nd in most touchdowns as a tight end.
Yeah, because Tony G has the most, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my top 3, obviously going to be Kellen Winslow, Antonio Gates, and then Mr. Tony G.
You know what? I will say Tony G. I'll put him at 2, maybe 1.
But I like all of them. I personally all think they're the best tight ends to ever play the game, but I've had to rank them. That's
what
how
about Shannon Sharp?
I forgot about Shannon Sharp.
At 5,
this
6.
is a hard list for top 3 because...
What about top 5? Can you do top 5?
I don't want to.
What do you... Okay, top 3.
I put Sharp as top 5 outside.
Top 5, yeah.
6, I would say is fine, but
nowhere near. Ozzie Newsome.
Oh, and Ozzie Newsome.
He would be a top 10 at my best. I don't think he was prolific. He made some good ones, but I don't think he had anything compared to any of these guys.
Yeah.
Out here.
Joey, top 3.
I would say Tony Gonzalez, Kellen Winslow Sr., and then probably Antonio Gates, just because he was incredibly... he was just a great receiver.
He's probably... tight end, not a receiver.
Well, great at receiving.
Probably one of the more consistent tight ends in the NFL.
How old is he? Isn't he?
He's like 38, yeah.
I was going to say late 30s.
Yeah.
You got to think, though.
He was one of them... Antonio Gates was one of them tight ends that came from college basketball, too.
Jimmy Graham did, too.
Now, though.
Yeah, it is. But back in early 2000s, there's 2 people that I can think of. And that was Graham and Gates. They were literally the only 2 that could do that. Demetrius Harris also with the Kansas City came in 2006 from basketball, but...
Yeah, next topic. Next.
Luke Kuechly retirement. We already
talked about it.
We already kind of talked about it. All right, we'll just go to...
But did we already really get everyone's opinion?
Yeah, I was going to say...
We got your opinion, so just you shut up over there.
I'm upset.
I'm going to shut your mic off.
Turn my mic back up. I forgot Joey didn't have his mic plugged in. I was going to say, why has his been muted this entire time? But
All right, you two. Give us your honest thoughts. Yeah, I think we already got mine
Kuechly?
and him. Joe, you go first since you're the guest.
Okay. I mean, it's really unfortunate because, in my opinion, he was top 2 middle linebacker
I'd say
for at least
the
8
best.
years, or however long he played. I think in college, every year he played, he had over 130 tackles each year. But there was actually a knock on him coming into the NFL was they said all of his tackles come from tackling the running back in the second level, that he wasn't making too many stops at the line of scrimmage or behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's the best coverage linebacker, like even more so than Bobby Wagner.
Woohoo, you just got Brandon.
That smirk, though.
That smirk, though.
Brandon gets triggered at everything. So.
I think
I said when we make
was better.
when we make merch for the podcast, we're getting an angry sloth. For
Oh my
Brandon's,
god.
for Brandon's merch,
Kinda.
and then for me, it's gonna be you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, and then for Austin, it's gonna be what up, I'm Austin.
But just a quick little retort to your statement. I think Kuechly was better as a run game linebacker than Wagner. But
All right,
that's other than
debate,
that.
fight, go.
No,
I have no statistics to back up my claim.
but with Kuechly gone, it's a big blow to that Carolina defense
Yeah.
and that Carolina team.
They're a 4-3, aren't they?
Yep,
So who's backup to Kuechly?
I could see him having it has to be Shaq Thompson.
Do you think they?
Thompson's an outside linebacker.
He's moved inside.
Do you think
Oh, he
they
did?
draft a middle linebacker?
They could take a middle
aren't
linebacker,
many
but the middle
middle
linebackers, there isn't that great middle linebacker drafts. I mean, they
If
could.
they were going to do it, they should have done it last year. But obviously,
Nobody was
Kuechly
expecting
was still
Kuechly. They were probably expecting another, at the very least, 2
5.
years out of him.
I'd say 5.
Well, very
Because
least.
he's 28.
Very least. He's
Very
got to
least
also
2
factor
years,
in
yeah.
how many times he got hit.
Yeah.
How many concussions he's had? Which
Well,
we've
how
also mentioned.
surprised was the Carolina front office about it? Did he ever talk to him about the beginning of the season if this was a possibility?
I don't think so.
Very true.
I don't think they
You
did.
think he
I'm-
just kind of sprung it on them?
I think that they would have They would
Well,
be
in the
better
video-
prepared.
In the video, I guess I haven't seen it, but I guess a minute and a half through the video, he said something about how he still wanted to play.
Yeah.
But
He said he still wanted to play, but it wouldn't be a good decision because of. I'm assuming because of his body.
and
So,
he also
like-
said something about not being as good as he once was.
He also pointed out clearly that it wasn't because of the coaching change,
Yeah.
which I personally think that's true. That's not because of the coaching change. I
I
expected.
didn't even think about that.
I expected him to retire after his 4th concussion. Because
I think-
I didn't. Yeah,
I expected Aaron Rodgers to retire after the second broken collarbone, but
if he gets another one, he's done.
But
Or tears an ACL, which God forbid, I hope that does not happen.
that does happen.
That doesn't happen because the Packers are screwed at quarterback then.
Who's their backup currently?
Tim Boyle.
What happened to Deshaun Kaiser? Where did he end up?
We would cut him.
they
I think.
He's a Raider.
Yeah, Kaiser's on the Raiders.
That makes sense.
He's on our
All
practice squad or
quarterbacks go to
something.
the Raiders at some point.
Obviously.
No, Kaiser would. I don't think Kaiser would have been on a practice squad yet. I don't think he's practice squad.
What the fall from fame he had, dude.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh
I
Jackson's
thought
fault.
he looked so good in the preseason his rookie year, and then just nothing.
He was one of the
we
probably
went
one
from
of
Kuechly to Deshaun Kaiser.
Yeah, let's
the.
get back.
We always do
We're not
that.
talking about Kaiser here.
Yeah, we're gonna put
Kaiser's
that.
still in the league. Kuechly's not, but
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. We're not talking about that. Definitely gonna put that on a T-shirt for you.
Kuechly. I mean, he got over 1,000 tackles, so clearly, no doubt in my mind, 1,000 tackles over 8 years, Hall of Fame right there. He should be in the Hall of Fame, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Do you think he's the first ballot Hall of Famer, or do you think it's going to take a couple of years?
It's gonna take him a couple of years.
I could see him squeezing in, but at the same time, I don't think he's going to be right away.
If Luke Kuechly makes it before Tony Pearson does, that's a tragedy.
I would say the next 5 years, I think Kuechly will be in.
Even with how short his
Even
career was.
even though you have, what's the wait time?
It's 6 years or something.
2 years, I thought it was.
I thought it was 5.
Because Brett Favre retired in
Oh,
2010. No, he retired in
2010, yeah.
Retired in 2010,
I thought it was 2
and
years.
then it was inducted in
Oh, no, it's the
2016.
NBA, that's 2 years. Yeah. It is 5 years.
And then was inducted in 2016. So it's like 6 years or so, something like that.
Yeah.
I know it's a while.
It's probably based off the calendar year.
Yeah. Sorry, are we interrupting something?
No, that's why I pulled my phone away from the mic.
But I think Kuechly overall will be a Hall of Famer, no fans or buts. I mean, even though he lasted 8 years, he still made a great impact into the NFL enough to be a Hall of Famer.
Do you think he'll be a Hall of Famer?
Look at Patrick Willis. You're going to tell me Patrick Willis had way greater seasons than Luke Kuechly?
No.
Exactly. They had relatively the same stuff. And they retired at the same age. So, if Patrick Willis is in, Kuechly's got to be.
Oh, he made it in?
Do you think early retirement is becoming a trend in the NFL?
I don't think it's a trend. I think it's more popular.
With Gronk and
Andrew Luck.
Especially if you're making that much money.
Yeah, very true.
Well,
And maybe if you don't...
if you sign a long extension and then you just retire like 2 seasons after, they still have to pay that money. So, like...
They're guaranteed, yeah.
They're guaranteed. So, like...
Unless you play for the Lions, and then we're going to want that back.
Yeah. But, no, go ahead. On your thing. Do you think it's becoming more popular? Do you think it's going to be more of a trend to retire at 28, 30?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot of guys are going to want to play. It depends on your position, I guess your status as an NFL player. Like, if you're a guy who maybe you don't go to Pro Bowls at all, or maybe you're making only about $2.5 million a year. Only. I think, I know, right? Only.
I'd take $2.5 million just for them to like beat my ass on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in the showers, you sick perv.
I wasn't going to say anything. Wow, you're the one that said it. But I think it depends on, like, because, like, if you're a very good player, I think you can afford to retire at 28, like Kuechly, or if you do an injury.
He had $50 million he's made in his career. Well, with the government getting, like, $25 million of that, he's got around $25 million.
There's another topic for debate. Do you think that, since you brought up the government, do you think that NFL players and sports players in general should be paid this ungodly amount of money, but like public service people will get paid like bare minimum?
My view on that is, for a pro athlete, you're doing something a lot of people really can't do. Like, if you look at your postman, he's not able to run a 4.3 and catch a ball coming at him at 7 miles an hour.
Right.
Yeah. It's a whole entertainment business because you're paying for something that you can't get from most people.
Right.
That's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but I'm just putting it out there that like public service people, like police officers, firefighters, soldiers,
it's very unfortunate, yeah, because
that they like put their lives on the line, quite literally, but they get paid
Brandon.
jack minimum. And all these
Focus.
and all these athletes get paid millions of dollars. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against athletes or anything like that. I love sports. Sports is one of my passions. That's why I'm a part of this podcast, but I just personally think that sports athletes should not be paid millions and millions and millions of dollars for playing a game.
Well, also it's a private business. I mean, these guys don't work for the government, so
that's fair enough.
Whoever they work for, they can get paid.
Yeah,
whatever that person wants to pay.
That's true.
All right, next.
You guys don't have anything to chime in on that? No?
No.
Okay. So
between you two.
So another question I have here is, if you're NFL GM, which coach do you take? Which if
who's available now, or who all got hired this?
Any coach.
Okay, so
if
you pick anybody.
Yeah, you can pick anybody. If you're an NFL GM, who would you personally take as your head coach? I know you're going to say Matt Nagy.
No, I actually wasn't going to say that.
Who are you going to say?
I was thinking.
You're thinking, Brandon. Who you take as your coach when you're a GM?
Hugh Jackson.
Obviously, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Yeah.
I think solely because of stats and stuff like that. I know this guy's got a lot of heat on him.
If you say Bill Belichick.
If you say Bill Belichick, I swear
doesn't
to
Bill
God.
Belichick also do like active GM work?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is there. He is.
So I don't think if you're the GM, are you going to really hire Bill Belichick? Who's probably going to argue with you on
Like everything.
every